Tomorrow we have tons of new monsters on the way, so let's go over everything that we know. So first of all, we have received this teaser where we see a group of epics, which may offer a helpful hint towards what's going on here, throwing some paper aeroplanes into what looks to be a huge warehouse. Now, as you guys know, the next epic Wubbox is indeed going to be the Air Island variant, and seeing as all of the epics are on display here, it's looking highly likely that epic Wubbox is going to be coming tomorrow. In the little sneak peek in game, it reads there's a nice breeze in the air, which makes it the perfect day for some paper aviation. Oh no, it went in there. And look no further either too, guys, as if we head on over to another recent promotion entitled Fan Service. If we have a look at the back here, you may see some eggs on display. Now it's very hard to actually see them, so let's heighten the brightness a little bit up in here. So as you guys can see, we've got some silhouettes here, and the first one is for an epic Wubbox egg, hinting towards Air Island Epic Wubbox. But not only that, guys, it does not end there what is coming tomorrow, as if we look to the right, you can see amongst the eggs that there's 3 separate individual eggs here, and we know that there's going to be 3 more additional Amber Island monsters arriving tomorrow too. If we head on over in game, or even look at this wonderful promotion, it shows us that new monsters are going to be arriving in specifically 1 day from now, which is tomorrow, which is wonderful. Now we know that they're going to be arriving in groups of 3, so of course this is our next batch of Amber Island monsters. And towards the back here, we can see Sousa from the huge ball-like shape that emerges from the egg. We can also see Boscus with the 2 horns poking out, and of course at the very end, Flummox, which is a wonderful combination. And if we head on over to our rare trio that recently premiered as well inside of the game, towards the right side of it here, you can actually see a silhouette for Flummox, which is indeed hinting yet again towards our lovely creature. Now, this differs to our original predictions for what Amber Island monsters would be coming next. However, we do know that they have changed the way that Amber Island monsters are going to release. It was originally going to be more monsters arriving every wave, but now we're getting fewer, so perhaps that is the reason why the monsters have changed from the ones that we predicted on the loading screen. But honestly, who knows? We definitely got one right, though, with that being Flummox. Now, going back to our wonderful recent promotions that we now have confirmation that we are going to be receiving Flummox, Sousa, Boscus, and Air Island Epic Wubbox tomorrow. An absolute batch full of monsters for sure. So let's break them all down. First of all, we have Epic Wubbox heading over to Air Island. Now, this is personally the one where I'm freaking out. I'm already freaking out from the Amber Island monsters. Amber Island is definitely where I'm at with the new islands. But as of right now, for Epic Wubbox, we know that Epic Wubbox has different sounds amongst the islands, and that the voice remains the same, however, throughout the island. So seeing as though the instrument is going to be changing here, I'm sort of expecting some kind of percussion-based instrument, somewhat maybe metallic percussion, and maybe going down the route of factory-like noises as well. I think that would suit Air Island the most, and its song and complement it quite well. I feel like if they do the factory-like noises a bit too heavily with the smoke side of things, it might mimic Freebro in some ways, so I do imagine them going much more down the percussion route, especially seeing as though this is supposed to be a percussion-like sound that Epic Wubbox plays amongst all the different islands in a different form. So I do think that this is going to be the case. And I think that we actually do have a reveal inside of the teaser that we have. So if we go back to it, the huge warehouse that took place where we saw all of the paper aeroplanes going inside of it, I believe that this is the inactive form of Epic Wubbox. I could be wrong about it, but I do think this is absolutely hinting towards that. It feels like it was specifically hinting towards that matter, and I have no doubt in my mind that it is. For its actual design, though, now we've seen this warehouse, it's naturally going to mimic that inside of its active state, like the Plant and Cold Island Epic Wubboxes. So because of that, I'm expecting now a real robot kind of take on it. Mechanical, maybe mixing some air balloon-like material inside of it just to capture the Air Island theme of it. But other than that, I'm really expecting them to go down the robot kind of route with this one. It's going to be really exciting to see what it does sound like, though. I imagine that it's going to play pretty much through the entire song, as with all of the other Epic Wubboxes. But in particular, I'm quite excited to see how it contributes with the Wordos, as the Wordos on Air Island are absolutely absolutely flawless monsters. I do love my Air Island Lurdos, so I'm really excited about that. For our wonderful cast of Amber Island monsters, though, with those being Flumox, Sousa, and Boskus, we actually do know that Flumox's voice actor has left. Pat, who originally voiced Flumox, has since left Big Blue Bubble. So as of right now, they can't really record any new Flumox tracks. So unfortunately, I do think it's going to be the case that they either bring in a new voice actor and let them take on Flumox inside of Amber Island, or it could just be the case that, again, we see a kind of remixed version alike to Yelmut. I'm definitely heading towards the fact that they might replace the voice actor for this one. I don't see them remixing all of the casts of monsters which they potentially don't have the voice actors for anymore. I think this might set the standard for what they might do with voice actors who have left with this one, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do go about it with this one. It's going to be really cool to see Flumox's redesign too. We've never seen it in game, and Flumox is pretty much a brand new monster to the My Singing Monsters original game universe, so it's going to be really exciting to see it inside of there. I don't think it's going to change too much its design like to Yelmut from Dawn of Fire, but still, it's going to be really cool to see it in the original game. Sousa, I do have my bets on it adding an overwhelming amount to the song. I feel like going by its previous editions over on Light Island and Space Island, it just adds quite a lot to the song, so I'm kind of expecting this to be quite a grand debut Sousa. Obviously though, Flumox, I do expect and Boskus to have quite good roles inside of the song. With Amber Island, we've really been seeing all of the monsters really taking part so far, so I'm expecting that trend to continue. I think Flumox is going to play where Yelmut doesn't play, but it's hard to predict that, isn't it too? And I think that a Sousa and Flugel duet would be really cool too. Now, there's a lot coming tomorrow, so it's going to be an absolutely insane day. I don't know how I'm going to navigate around the content book quite yet. I'm expecting to do Air Island Epic Wubbox and then the Amber Island monsters a little later, so I don't get my gears turning too much, because all of that editing, I don't think I can do it in one day, guys. So we'll have to see how it goes. If they combine this tomorrow with another variant, yet again, like they've been doing for all the releases in the game, I honestly don't know what I will do, because this content right here is the largest amount of content we have had in such a long time, and my brain is already exploding, so if they add any more, I'm just gonna be done. I am really excited for tomorrow though, guys. Please, if you enjoyed this though, make sure to leave a like down below and to subscribe too. What are you most excited for, Epic Wubbox or the Amber Island monsters? Make sure to let me know down below, as I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. And if you'd like or not to see a new Flumox voice actor too, as it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. So I'm so excited. I'll see you guys there.